Hello, Bronwynlund here from BronHolm Tours. I'm on the island of Bornholm and I'm standing just a little bit south of the fishing town of Gudhjem. I'm actually in a caravan park and it's very early in the morning, and what we're going to do is we're going to walk along some of the most beautiful coastline I think this island has to offer, and we'll end up in the town of Gudhjem at the end of the walk. So I hope you enjoy the tour. We're just heading down the path towards some of the really quite breathtaking rock formations that are along this walk. And the reason why I do these walks is really for people who either can't get to the island or can't get around the island. Bornholm's not the easiest place to get to in the world. It's very isolated here, and it's actually quite beautiful. And I have a lot of family and friends around the world who would love to come and visit us, but just simply have to prioritise other things. So this is really for them, so that they get to enjoy the island as well. It's a very, very calm day today. When there's an onshore easterly, it actually whips the waves up quite dramatically along here. So I'm waiting for a day when that happens, and I want to come up and film this walk while the waves are crashing on the rocks. It's really quite an experience. It's currently the beginning of summer here on the island, so there's a lot of green plants. I've also done this film in winter when there's been snow on the ground, and it's quite a different landscape. So if you want to see what this area looks like in winter, check out that walk. So from this vantage point we can see all the way down the coast. Just have to be careful not to fall off the edge of the cliff. That wouldn't be too good for the camera. It's a fairly clear day today, and out to the right, if the sun doesn't blind you too much, you should be able to see fairly clearly the islands of Christians and Frederick's. So Christian's Island and Frederick's Island. And Christian and Frederick are the kings of Denmark. They alternate with one another in their names. So King Christian would have had a son called, the Crown Prince would be Crown Prince Frederick, and then he would have had a son, and that son would have been called Christian, so that when it came to inheriting the throne, you had Christian Frederick, Christian Frederick, Christian Frederick, Christian Frederick, and there's just a whole row of them, and so the islands have been named after these guys, and the king who actually developed the islands for naval military purposes was King Christian IV. And it's a very interesting journey to go out there and see the fortifications. They're quite extensive on the island, and until this day, after 400 years of the fortress existing, you can still only live on the island if you work there. So no one retires to this island. It is a place of employment only. And it was actually commissioned as a naval base as, you know, warfare evolved and moved off land fighting to sea fighting, and Christian IV wanted to have a better control of what was going on in the Baltic Sea. And the main castle at the time, which is called Hammershus, and I've actually done a walk around Hammershus, it's a very interesting castle, was just too large, too wieldy and too outdated to actually be useful as a military garrison. It was a prison. It was its last role in history, the castle. And what Christian IV did was he actually took the stones from the castle and built the fortress. So a lot of the stones out there on the fortress have actually been taken from the castle, which would have been no mean feat in the 1600s to move these, you know, these stones. It's just incredible how much power these people had to be able to commission these sorts of constructions. So as you can see by the masts of the over the other side of the rocks there, we are coming close to the harbour of Gudhjem, and we'll just go up to quite a handy little vantage point actually, where we can look down over the harbour and a part of the town, and end the walk at that point. Yes, so here we are at the end of our walk. This is the town of Gudhjem. It's a lovely town, and goes right up the cliffs, and people have actually built their houses into the sides of the cliff. And I've actually done a town walk of Gudhjem, so if you want to have a wander around the town, check that film out. But here's the harbour, and we've got our leisure yachts over here to the right. And just up ahead, I'll just go over here, just watch my footing because it's a bit precarious here. Just go over here so you can see along the left-hand side of the harbour. There's a boat just moored inside, in between the boat with the brown bottom and the ferry that says Earthholm. Just on the other side of that, there's a boat called MS Tor, and that's actually a lovely little boat that takes you up and down the coast, so you can really get a good feel for the grottos and the cliffs that are on the north sort of side of this town. And I've incidentally done a walk along those cliffs as well, a couple of walks actually, and that's called Helligdomsklippene. And then the very large boat, the biggest boat in the harbour, which is the ferry, is the ferry that goes out to Christiansø, and it's out to Christian's Island. And it's a great day out to go out there and have a bit of a picnic and come back again and wander around the fortifications and just marvel at the size, and just that these people could build these things with very limited building machinery and all that sort of stuff. And then when the ferry actually runs only in the summer, and then in the winter, if you want to go over to the island, which is you can do that, the boat right in front of us there, the medium-sized boat directly in front of us here, that's the post boat Peter it's called, and it actually goes out to Christiansø regularly and all through the winter as well, so you can get that boat out there. And it's not only the post boat, but it's also the kind of removalist boat as well, and they can actually set a whole pallet and set that on the front of the boat there. And that's basically how people get their furniture moved out to the island when they go out there to work. So that was a tour of a part of this beautiful island. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Bronwynlund from BronHolm Tours, signing off. Bye for now.